Hello and welcome to our Copper Creek Studio Villa Tour at Wilderness Lodge. This is room 5103. Just so you guys know, this room is 24 points a night during high season, 15 points a night during low season. Let's go ahead and get that door open. I always have a problem with my magic band. I'm really bad at opening the doors for some reason. Okay, so when you first walk in, I'm sure you can see that the hallway is pretty narrow. This is a little bit different from the other resorts. At most of the other resorts, we're able to park our stroller in the hallway. Here, you cannot do that. You barely have enough room to turn around. This is the third smallest studio on property, so be aware of that when you book this room. This is the coat closet. It's a decent sized closet, which is good. You do have a safe back there that's big enough to fit a laptop. And you also have an ironing board and iron, and you can totally fit your luggage in here, no problem. Now from there on your right, you do have your kitchenette. This kitchenette is the smallest one I have seen inside a studio room. You do have this pull out for storage, which is really, really nice. So we put a bunch of sundry items in here, and that's what we used it for. So it was great for that. And then after that, you have a coffee pot, you have your paper towels, a sink, mini fridge, all that good stuff that you always have in your villas. And then you have utensils. There's your garbage. I always feel like the garbage is kind of inadequate. I wish that you had a larger garbage can. Now underneath the sink, you do have a fire extinguisher, which is great, and another thing of paper towels. Now, as you can see in the upper cabinets, you do get coffee mugs, some takeaway mugs, glasses, and then there's extra utensils I always carry with us. And then the top shelf, there's an ice bucket, and that's pretty much it up there. Oh, and the toaster. So this is just proof that these rooms are smaller. Normally the toaster would fit on the counter, but it does not here, which is kind of a bummer. I mean, we don't really use it, so it wasn't a big deal for us. But if you're a family that needs to make bagels in the morning, it can be a headache to jumble everything around every morning. Now, from the kitchenette, you have this giant mirror when you turn around, which leads into the bathroom. I love that mirror. It's awesome for when you're getting ready in the morning. Now, one thing to note right away is that there is less storage here than in some of the other rooms. You have your extra towels in the bottom right-hand corner. That's where our stroller ended up because we didn't have anywhere else to put it. So we just kind of threw it down there at night and just dealt with it. We weren't too happy with that. We didn't like having to do that every night. Now, the countertop is a really good size, which we appreciate. So I didn't have to actually go out of my way to store anything in the drawers, which I always think is good because I'm much more of a get up and go person, just start getting ready. I don't want to have to go through drawers to get my stuff out. So it's nice that you don't have to do that here. But even if I wanted to, there wasn't a lot of storage in the drawers. There is that down there where you could throw some stuff if you wanted to, but we didn't. And then that's your extra garbage can. You have your makeup mirror. And then from there you will go into the actual shower. You have a pocket door right there. This space is actually pretty tiny. Not to say that it's not well done. It is very well done, but it is a little bit small. I do love the artwork on the wall. Those totem poles are just so iconic. Wilderness Lodge, I love it. So the stonework in here is really, really pretty, but as you can see, there's barely enough room to get in there and turn around, and we didn't have enough room in the soap dish for all of our stuff. So I pretty much took over the soap dish, and everyone else had to use the little cutout for shaving. We did have a problem with hot water while we were staying at Wilderness Lodge. We only got lukewarm water for the first 2 days, which was not ideal. But Disney did do a really great job and take care of us when I brought it up to them, and we got resort credit for one night stay, which was super appreciated. And they did say that they were going to be updating the water system. So here's hoping in the future that works out great. Okay, so we are in the main living room area now. As you can see, this is not a huge space. You do have your queen bed right there with that wonderful headboard that I love. The detail in this room is absolutely amazing. You've got those two really pretty wall sconces, and then you have two nightstands. Now, when you walk over, you can see that I've pulled out the couch. Once you do that, you make the space in the room pretty small, which is something that we weren't too happy about when we were staying here, because when we didn't put away the bed, we felt like the room was a little cramped. That chest is actually storage space for extra linens, and then we have a bureau, the TV, and the table right there, which you can use to eat or work. That's what we were using it for. And then back to the chest can be pulled up and used for additional eating space if somebody wants to eat at the while sitting on the couch watching TV, which was really cool. So right now I'm just giving you basically a really good overview of the room. There is storage underneath the bed. We were able to fit 2 owner's lockers underneath there. We did have to take the lids off, but that's okay. That's not such a big deal. And then we were able to fit our roll under, our rolling bag all the way underneath there, which we've had issues at other places where it didn't actually fit. It does here, so we really, really like that. This room is a beautiful room. We really like it. Aesthetically, it's gorgeous, but because of how small this room is, it might be a difficult fit for a large family. You can only sleep 4 people here. That's unusual for studio rooms. Normally you can sleep 5. So keep that in mind. If you're 3 kids and 2 adults, you cannot all stay here. So you have to keep that in mind. Now you can fit 5 if you have an infant, but that would be the only time that you could do that. And if you want to bump up to a 1-bedroom here, those also only sleep 4. So the only advantage to the 1-bedroom would be wanting a larger living room area just to be able to spread out a little bit. But other than that, these rooms are on the tinier side. Aesthetically, like I said earlier, these rooms are absolutely gorgeous. We think that they are amongst our favorites. Look at that view outside. I mean, you cannot beat this. You can't beat it. Waking up to this every single morning was everything to me. I love it. Wilderness Lodge is one of the most beautiful resorts. So we're going to come back in just a minute, and I am going to show you what it looks like when everything is put away. And then right now we're going to go back out into the lobby so I can show you what it looks like with Christmas decorations. Wilderness Lodge has some of the best Christmas decorations on property. It is so beautiful and so traditional that it really captured our hearts, and we cannot wait to stay here again in the future. So in just a second, we're going to pop back into the room, and we're going to show you what it looks like the next morning when everything is put away right before we check out. Okay, so here we are the next morning. We are in the process of getting ready to check out. We are going to be moving over to Kidani Village. If you want to see those videos, we already have those up. You can get a room tour of the 1-bedroom villa. They are a favorite of ours, so I really recommend you head on over and watch that. Now, I am just going to do one final walkthrough so you can see what the room looks like without our stuff everywhere. Sometimes it's hard to get a good idea when you're looking at other people's junk. So I always like to do one last walkthrough where we don't have our stuff everywhere. Now, yes, I am a sloppy person who does not make the bed right before we leave. I apologize to room service for that. We don't do that. But this is the room when everything is put away. If you are staying here and you're 2 people, 3 people, and you're inclined to put the sofa away every day, this is a good room. And this is what I was talking about. This opens and you can go ahead and spin it around and you can sit down and eat here. So that's really cool if you just want to chill and watch a movie and do that. We really like that. We thought that was a fun feature to give you extra spaces to sit down and eat or work while you're sitting there watching the Resort Channel, because that's what we like to do. But yeah, as I'm sure you can see, like I said before, these rooms are amazing and beautiful, and we highly recommend them to anybody that likes that Wilderness Lodge feel. They're great. And then Adolfo had just finished scaring Caitlin right there by popping the thing back down, and she was not happy with him for doing that. And really quick, we're just going to go out onto the balcony so you can get a better view of the outdoors, because this resort is beautiful. Now, right off the room that we were on, there is a little sitting area right there with some rocking chairs, but it was quiet. We didn't hear anything. And another thing to note that I feel is really important is we were directly off of the lobby and you could not hear it at all. I was amazed at the soundproofing in this room. This is the quietest room we have ever been in. And there's Caitlin saying that she highly approves of this balcony. We spent a lot of time out there. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe, follow us on MainStreetChat.com and YouTube. Thanks. Bye.